The Wizards absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Washington Wizards. The Celtics may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
The Boston Celtics are getting enough bench production in this contest. The reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Brown into the front court. The deficit now up to 13.
Screen come.
To Marcus Smart. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Wizards with the basketball. To Beal. Here comes the screen. Beal. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Tatum. They need something to go down. It's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Beal to Lopez. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Beal. Now that's a contest. To Jaylen Brown. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Wizards have it. Ish Smith. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His guy's down 11. And counted at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beal to Smith. Beal. And he's going to the free throw line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Mo Wagner at the line. Knocks down the first.
What's up, boy?
And he makes them both. Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Walker. Tatum. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Washington basketball. Flushes it home.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys trail by 10. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Tatum. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Good look that time, but off the mark. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
And knocks it down.
Ed, I don't know what was said at halftime, but whatever the coach said, it worked. This second half performance has been unreal.
Westbrook into the front court. Leads 5. Over to the right side from long range. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Celtics have it. Teague. To Kemba Walker. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here's a chance from long range. That's not his range. It's no good. To Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Tatum. Can't connect. Celtics have it. That pass stolen by the Wizards.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Wizards way out in front. The Wizards in control of the basketball as we start the fourth. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. He throws it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Yamahini tips it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch.
And a putback slam.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
Westbrook into the front court. His team on top by 13. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Beal to Westbrook.
Double team, double team, double team.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Short jumper off the mark. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good. Bradley Beal looking good, 4 for 5.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Get back, get back, get back.
Great feed. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Count the bucket for 2.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Westbrook across the timeline. His guys up by 15. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Rises for the slam.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
New blood coming in for both sides. To Jaylen Brown. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Walker. To Marcus Smart. Walker. He engulfed him that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Westbrook. To Jaylen Brown. Had a good look there, but it's no good. It's Russ at the controls. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Brown to the basket, but his shot won't fall. Westbrook. Oh, emphatic slam. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Napier with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Beal. Thompson. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. Tatum. That's good D. Shot no good. Russ at the controls. And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
And too much contact.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
And hits the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Easy path to the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Oh, they called a foul, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And that's going to get out of bounds off of Thompson. And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
first one goes down. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. The Wizards are the winners as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Wizards got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Washington Wizards. The Celtics couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Washington Wizards were definitely the better team with regard to long-range shooting, and it turned out to be quite the advantage. Their three-pointers were unstoppable.
Player of the game.
Wagner was just amazing in this game. What other word could you use for someone that played the kind of defense that shut down an entire team? Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.